Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for being part of the small community. So in today's video, I'll be showing you a bit of a place called Napoli, or in English it's called Naples. So that was the outfit of the day. I was feeling very summery and I decided to put on this skirt and this top that I got from a TikTok shop in Nairobi. So Naples is like the capital city of South Italy. Yes, it's like the Nairobi of Italy. There is a lot going on, but most importantly is that there is a lot of culture. There is a lot of food. The food here is like the best. So first thing is that we passed through the metro station just to get some cash, because in most places you have to use cash, especially in paying for parking. Then we went into this metro station to get a train to take us to the next place where we wanted to go. But it was so crowded because it was on the first day of May, so we could not get in. So we went back, we went outside of the train station and we decided to walk. So walking, you will find it's a very, like, first thing is that you notice there are a lot of Africans here, and this is the only place where I get to find them or see them. And there is also a lot of food. Napoli is the capital of food center. Mostly the best food in Italy, you find it in the south, that is Napoli, and places like Sicily. So also in the streets you find like big brands, and also you find like amazing architecture. Like this building was built in the 1220. It's an old building, but look at how stunning it still looks. It's a university and it's one of the first universities in the world. So we went around Naples just by walking. It was so crowded because it was the first day of May. And this is a castle, and also you can see the sign of Napoli. We went through the city by walking, and we enjoyed a lot of what the city has to offer. And as you will see in the video, there's a lot of old structures. Like this castle was built in the 1st century and is still existing. It's now a museum also, and people can visit it. So also this is Napoli is also near the sea. As I had mentioned in another video, that most of Italy is surrounded by water. So mostly in few minutes drive you'll always come near the sea. So here we came, we looked at the seafront. It was a beautiful day. It was sunny. It was hot also. It was around maybe 30 degrees Celsius. But it was amazing, considering that winter is not so enjoyable. You can get to enjoy so much during the summer. So also, it's now spring. Let me correct that. It's spring, not summer. So during spring, the temperatures are better, but in summer, the temperatures hit around 40. So this is the best time to go around and explore the city, because at 40 degrees, it's not really that enjoyable. So this is the seafront. You can see some boats parked there. So we went around, and also we came through this amazing park. There are also many parks in Italy, something that I found really calming, because when it's so hot or you just want to relax, you can go outside with the kids and they can play in the parks. So also some people were swimming. Some people were swimming because, yes, I think it's one of the few days that the summer has just started, so it's a nice day for people to go outside and to swim and to just relax and enjoy life. So I'll show you a bit more. So here you find one of the best hotels in Napoli. As you can see, those are the hotels, and Also, because of the huge crowds, you can see most of the restaurants were so full. That is a long queue of people waiting to sit in a restaurant. It's not a fast food whereby you just pick and go. It's a place where you have to sit down. This is one of my favorite pizza place that was also fully crowded. We couldn't get anything. This is pizza from last time I was here. We really tried to look for food at that time. It was around 2 or 3, and then we just gave up on that and we continued with the journey. So going around, you'll see a little bit of police here and there, but one thing I've noticed with Italy is that you will never see police like you see in Kenya or any security people. Also, I was amazed by these motorbikes, which are like scooters, that there are so many of them parked there. You'd think that they're selling them. And then we finally got into this restaurant. We sat down, we had a starter, which was really amazing. This is one of the best pizza, not pizza, but one of the best restaurants in Italy. But we didn't manage to get any food because the waiting was just too long and we had to go away. We passed through this palace, which I had seen before, and I think I should go into it one day. We tried again to look for a restaurant, and this was another one. It was really amazing, but also it was closed at that time. So at least the starter that we had in the other restaurant kind of kept us alive, I would say. So we continued with the journey, and as you can see, it was crowded. But as you can see, mostly you will find shops and really like high fashion shops around. Like we have these shops whereby you can buy your souvenirs from. And one thing about Naples is that it is the home of football in Italy. It is the home of Diego Maradona. And later on, I'm going to show you a place whereby it's called the Spanish Square. The Spanish Square is it's a street whereby it's dedicated to Diego Maradona, who was Spanish. I think he was from Argentina. So here we were walking around, and you can see that's why they say Italy has the best fashion, because the kind of clothes you will find in just a random place is just amazing. Because look at this though, look at that fashion. So it's always a nice thing to walk around and see fashion displayed and just looking so amazing to see. As you watch this, if this is your kind of content, remember to subscribe to my channel. Remember to like. It goes a long way just by liking or by subscribing to my channel. You will see how many people were in this city. I would say that this was the worst day you could go to Naples. But anyways, Naples is always like that. I've been there several times and I'm never disappointed. It's just that it's a lot. It's really a lot for a person who is not used to this kind of crowds, because it was like really crowded. So yeah, that is just us walking around, and we found this restaurant, which was amazing to see that they are dropping the food from the. So this is the Spanish Square. And one thing you're going to see is you will see Diego Maradona's merchandise everywhere, from t-shirts to restaurants to so many things. I'm sorry for how I took this video, but Yes, this is just from a previous time when I was here. I decided to include it into this video. That's why it's in portrait. So this is the Spanish Square. When you get into that street, this is what you're going to see. They have energy drinks. They have all kind of drinks made of in the brand of Diego Maradona. And you go to the square and you can buy the merchandise from there. It's not original stuff, that is for sure. It's just printed like t-shirts, printed hoodies and all that. So mostly the t-shirts, the football jerseys, they go for around 10 euros. And for the hoodies, they cost around 20 euros. So that is the square of Maradona. The buildings are painted with his face and you can see all the stuff that they are selling, the fridge magnets, all kind of souvenirs for football lovers or for anyone who really liked Maradona. As I had mentioned before, Napoli is home to foods. It's home to all the amazing sweets and pizza and any kind of Italian food that you would think of. So there are some cakes. Then we went back and we took now the train, the metro, going back to the Naples center. And there was this really beautiful train station. You can see how beautiful that is. You would feel like you're in space, but the crowd was a lot. Then we met these young guys at the train station. They were really happy and they were singing and just being happy. So we came out of the train station and we went to another restaurant just to have now proper lunch, and we got this. This was the most delicious food I've ever had. It was so yummy. Then we went into this cafe where we wanted to buy some sfogliatella, that is baba. I love it. So just showing you some of the snacks that they sell in the cafe, which they call sweets for some reason. So we got the sfogliatella and they were great like always. So this is what we got. It's called sfogliatella. It's something like a croissant, let's say, but not really. This is more crunchy and it has been folded into very mini small folds, and then they put cream, they put whatever you want inside. So that's what we got, and the rest is just the road. Enjoy the road back. This is the highway from Naples to where we live, and it's a free highway. You would rarely see, not really, but you never see any person walking on the highway. So it's free to just drive without thinking, I would say. And then, of course, there's the toll gate, which works amazing also. There is a lot of them, and I think it's a good way of the country keeping. So the other thing about this day that I was to say is that this was in the evening. It was at night, in fact. It was at 7 p.m. And amazing to think of it is that now when we are in spring going to summer, the days are longer. So you find that it's 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., but the sun is still out. So like here, it was around 7, but the sun was still like out. yeah, enjoy the mountains. It's always a nice view every single day. I could never get used to these mountains. I never get used to it. So yes, there was the sun. It was still hot and the time was at 7:08. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this trip to Naples, and subscribe to my channel. You'll see more of this.